that experience. It was great seeing the things that St. Jude had and what they're doing for people to survive and keep living.
It's truly inspirational. I saw a lot of kids out here. Whenever I see them fighting hard, it makes me want to work hard on the field.
It felt real good seeing all the hard work they put in for these kids. It inspired me to keep pushing myself.
It's amazing to get these guys to get an opportunity to come see what adversity really means, and getting to walk around and hear about all the people that have done so much for this hospital. We are just a small piece, and we're going to continue to do the things we need to do to help.
And it's our pleasure to welcome back Mr. Grandin Gray and some of his friends, our own Tyler Bennett. This is DJ Big Rod as a part of the PC Band DJ that you're going to be a part of the tailgate coming up soon.
Absolutely.
So we're excited to have this crew as a part of the Hometown Showdown Friday night. And guys, we got to start with yesterday. Grandin, you made a huge opportunity for not only our student athletes at Marion, but the student athletes at West Memphis High School to be a part of something incredibly special at St. Jude. Talk to us about how yesterday went visiting the campus.
Right. So I think for me, yesterday at St. Jude was a very humbling experience. Just being able to go into the hospital and see how they, how they treat those kids day in and day out, their families, what they provide, them actually being able to go in and get treatment at no cost. I'm still trying to figure that out. I mean, it's just like, just them able to get everything that they need and they don't have to worry about it. But as far as from a student athlete perspective and as far as the school administrators on both sides, I think they came away with a sense of purpose. Mm-hmm. I think they came away with a sense of appreciation that what they have, their God-given talents, is a gift. And I think that it definitely gave them a different perspective on life. So,
Tyler, you joined the Marion crew in documenting the experience, what you were allowed to, and getting reaction from our student athletes. What did you take away seeing our students engage with St. Jude?
It was pretty humbling, is the best way I know how to put it. When we met up at ASU Mid-South before we headed over to St. Jude, and even when we were kind of there, we were split into the Marion group and the West Memphis group, and you could kind of feel like both sides kind of feeling each other out in a way, even though the game isn't until Friday, but each side kind of, looking at the other side, they look like they're sitting up in their chairs, I'll sit up in my chair, that kind of thing.
Right.
After the tour, it was all gone. It seemed like, it put things in perspective is the best way to put it. I loved Coach Houston's, if you've seen the video, I love Coach Houston's quote. It really showed what true adversity is. Because we're playing a game on Friday nights. At the end of the night, it's a game. Mm-hmm. What these guys are going through, it's life and death. Right. It really is just, it puts things in perspective. And I think the main thing that both teams came away with is, just a sense of what it's truly about.
So, between you two who visited, I'll ask both of you this. What's the one thing from that visit that you will put a circle around and remember from this day forward?
I would say just being there and you see as you're walking, taking a tour, you actually see some of the children and you see some of the families, and you just see that everyone in there, there's different races, different nationalities, genders, the whole nine, and it just showed me like this is what life is all about. This is what America should be all about. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter what you look like, your appearance, your shade, your whatever, but everybody was there to get help, and the people of St. Jude were there to help them. And I think for me that was the biggest takeaway. It just just the true human spirit. That's what it should be about, is just trying to help people.
it seems to flow eternal there,
Right.
because we're in such close proximity to it. I often wonder if we're kind of complacent or kind of jaded to their mission because it's just right there.
Right.
But you making this available, it kind of broke down that barrier, and it's like, oh yeah, there are humans that are doing this, not just faces on commercials.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What do you circle as your takeaway?
The thing I'm circling is, cancer's tough on its own already. Like we know plenty of people, adults who are going through this, and it really is a terrible disease.
Mm-hmm.
But to see, children going through that it's really something else. Like they're supposed to be out in the backyard throwing footballs and having fun playing video games. They're not supposed to be going through this kind of thing. So it really makes you appreciate what you have. It's tough, when you think about it. My biggest thing is just it makes you really appreciate what you've got.
And so that's really a fantastic attitude, because on Friday night, as is with the game of football, the attitude is going to be me, me, me.
Right.
When you take a look at Marion versus West Memphis, the teams will be us, but when you have the separate entities, it's me, me, me on Friday night. And for at least one day, it was this community. It was Crittenden County.
Right.
And there was no barrier in between the two schools. And, since this rivalry has started in 2005, 2006, that's been hard to come by. Proximity does that in weird ways. So, St. Jude Game Day Give Back still going on. By this point, we will have announced our duck raffle winner, duck call raffle winner, excuse me. But we will go ahead and say that you can contribute up through the beginning of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So find Team Patriot, find Team Blue Devil, Team ASU Mid-South, Team Fred Leonard State Farm. Donate with one of those organizations, and hopefully, we'll have some kind of recognition for those who, Blue Devil, Patriot, Greyhound, whomever, we'll have some kind of recognition for it, the tremendous effort that we've all put into this. So I'm very much looking forward to that, to seeing the culmination of this. We're well over $12,000 right now, with a goal of 10.
Still got time.
Right.
And there's still 3 days.
Right.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's get to Friday night.
Let's go.
Time for a little party, huh?
Yeah,
time for a little party. And we got
Time for a little
DJ Big Rod,
Yeah.
Mr. Rodney Richardson,
How you doing?
coming back
Right.
to the Academies of West Memphis as the DJ
Uh-huh.
for the PC band. And what are you looking forward to the most with these two communities coming together as your audience?
It's amazing to even get this thing together. It's all about coming together as a community, having fun before the game, having everybody just come and just have a good time. Live music, we're adding live music this year. That's when I tell you the band is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They are an awesome band that we're just gonna be out there having some feel good music, good food, good fun, and just have something for the community there. And let's come together in the beginning of the game before we decide to, and pick sides or whatever. So very excited about the opportunity.
Well, since you are kind of the rep from PC or for PC in
Absolutely.
this case, so what's this band about? Is this a R&B? Are we talking cover band? What do we got going on?
This band is so diverse.
Cool.
It doesn't matter. We have done so many sets from country and western, from pop to R&B to neo soul. Very talented young men, and they are just excited to even be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just really a humbling experience to even be able to put their talents on display in such a way that everybody's representing somebody. We have some band members that's in Marion, some band members went to West Memphis, and it's just going to be a great opportunity and have a lot of fun with it.
All right then, fun. What do they got on their set list? Little hint.
Well, we go have a lot of everything. I'm not gonna give it away. I think everybody to come out, and I guarantee you, they're gonna touch all genres. We're gonna hit everything for everybody to love, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Do they take requests?
Absolutely.
All right, put Boys to Men in their ear. End of the road.
Man.
All right, we're celebrating the end of this hometown showdown. I want end of the road.
We're gonna make it happen.
Granted, there's a lot more to it than just the live entertainment. You were talking about how you've been coordinating the tailgate, the JRNK tailgate party. What's this looking like? What can we expect at this tailgate party pregame?
Well, we finally got everything mapped out, so we probably have close to 50 organizations or individuals that are actually going to be out there tailgating.
Mm-hmm.
We got everything mapped out. So obviously we're going to have PC Band, DJ Big Rod, but even after the tailgate, we're looking at, you have Service Master, who is the official halftime sponsor. So this is hot off the press. This is live. Even Landon and Tyler, they don't even know about this. So at halftime, just like with the SEC championship game where you have the Dr. Pepper football toss, we're actually going to have our version. So we're going to have a target for the Marion fans. We're going to have a target for the Blue Devils.
Awesome.
And so we're going to have, representing the Blue Devils, we're going to have Coach Marcus Brown. And for the Marion Patriots, we're going to have Coach David Clark. So we're actually going to have some basketball coaches throwing the football. So this is almost a way to kind of be a precursor to the basketball season coming up.
Okay.
Because, we got a hometown showdown in football. You never know what else could happen. So I'm just giving it to you live here first.
I'm not too familiar with Coach Brown's resume. I know he's got some professional basketball in there, but I do know that Coach Clark coached football in Little Rock at one point.
Wow.
So maybe that leans our way. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun to watch. I'm glad you told us that. That's
we'll see. We'll see. And there'll be a cash prize. And right now, what we're looking at is whoever the winner is will be able to take. They won't pocket the money, but they'll do something good with it. They'll maybe give it to one of the clubs. With both. Each school. We're still trying to figure that out, but that'll be.
I think the Patriots have a non-conference schedule this year that might want some help financially. All right, so that's the tailgate. We got some halftime. Is there anything else that we want to cover with the fans before we say see you Friday night?
Nothing really. The only thing I can say is just, I think we're to the point now where this thing has become it's a big deal. I mean, it's almost like a national holiday now.
Absolutely.
So if you hadn't already put in your leave of absence from work, you need to go ahead and do that today. I don't know if you're going to be able to do it at the last minute. But I mean, just come out. The food's going to be free. The tailgate is free. We're going to have plenty of music, plenty of fun. We're going to have, a special thing for the kids. We're going to have a digital photo booth so you can actually take photos and kind of memorialize the occasion. So just the main thing, just come out and just have a smile, and bring your family out, and we're just gonna have a good time. So.
All right. So Tyler, what are you looking forward to Friday night then the most? We're broadcasting the game. You'll be looking at it from high atop the stands in Hamilton Schultz. What are you looking forward to with this evening?
I really want to see which team has the most answers. Patriots, their biggest questions right now is the injury bug. West Memphis, they've struggled a little bit offensively. So I think the winner's going to be which team answers that question the best. As far as the rest of Friday goes, if you're at the game, if you're in town, I highly recommend actually coming to the game. Save the live stream for the out-of-town fans, that relative that lives out of state. Shoot them the link to that, and also shoot them the link to the St. Jude fundraising pages. I think that would be a great thing to it. I know I'm going to be pressing that pretty hard on the live stream as well.
Last chance.
If you're in town, come to the game, but MarionPatriots.com and the MPAN mobile app, that's going to be the place to catch it.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for dropping in this week and taking some time to discuss what has been a tremendous week for West Memphis High School, for Marion High School, and ASU Mid-South. Brandon, thank you so much for just bringing the communities together and having a vision and a direction to where we have a moment where we can embrace each other instead of just looking at each other as an enemy.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hope you'll come back next week and we'll get to talk about some of the successes.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely have some follow up on how the game went, obviously with post game analysis. But there's a lot of analysis that goes into the Hometown Showdown, so we're looking forward to that. So we'll be right back with this week's edition of the Patcast.
31 years, J.R.K. Printing has been a full-service print and design company that specializes in full-color offset and digital printing. They produce everything from business cards, banners, and signs to vehicle wraps. J.R.K. Printing stands behind their printing and design services with guarantees on quality and pricing because they're sure you'll be satisfied. Learn more at jrkprinting.com. If you can think it, they can print it. Wouldn't it be great if there was a one-stop shop for all of your automotive, hardware, lawn and garden, and farm supply needs? It just so happens that such a place exists right here in Marion. Cliff's Auto Parts. Family owned for 32 years, they can cut keys of all kinds, including transponder keys. They also create custom hydraulic hoses, and they carry a wide range of lawnmower parts. If they don't have it, they can get it. Cliff's Auto Parts, 120 Block Street in Marion.
Sitting down with head coach Keith Houston. Coach, we've had a little bit of a break in between games with the Parkview game. First things, we got to talk about that one. Really close game. It seemed like you had your opportunities, just again coming up short.
For sure. Parkview got a really, really good football team and a lot of good kids that do a lot of good things. And, we had every opportunity to take advantage, and, we didn't. So we came out on the short end of it, but we was able to get back, watch the film, and show our kids, if we can just start being consistent on both sides of the ball, we could give ourselves a chance to be really good.
It seems like with some injuries to receivers, you've had to go to the run game, especially in those first two games, but you gave Kale some more opportunities to pass the ball, it seemed, against Parkview. How would you grade his performance?
Oh, I thought it was great, and I thought the receivers did a good job of catching it. We just we let a few get away from us after the catch. And
this week you had the bye week, a little bit of a chance to go back to the fundamentals. What was your week like during this?
Well, that's what we told our kids. I told our kids right after the Parkview game. This is how it's going to be. We're going to work on Marion. We're going to go back to doing the fundamental things, tackling and. Catching the ball, watching it in, and fix some things that we needed to get fixed before going into conference play. And, I thought our kids did a really, really good job of, coming to practice each day and doing what we needed them to do. And we had a really, really good week.
Even though it is a bye week, it's not necessarily an off week for you. I imagine you had a busy weekend.
Oh, yeah. We brought them in. They did something all the way up to Thursday. And, it wasn't by any means, we wasn't giving those kids off. Did we go like a game week? No. But, we was able to get some good work in, and the kids did a really good job.
This week we open up conference play against the West Memphis Blue Devils team. Everybody here's familiar with. A very solid team. They won 11 games last year. What do we need to do in practice this week? What's something you want to see carry over from those bye week practices to this week?
Well, what I'm telling our kids is we got to trust what the coaches are telling them to do and carry over the things that they need to carry over from their group work to their team work. And that's been the small things that we've been harping on all year. And it's been the reason why we haven't been able to get those close wins, because we haven't done the things that we consistently tell the kids on a day-to-day basis. And we got to tell, we tell our kids, trust the process, and that's our word of the week this week is trust. Trust what the coaches are telling you, and do your job each and every play. And if we can do our job each and every play, we give ourselves a chance to be successful, and our kids need to, really buy into that word trust.
Devils seem to have a run-first offense, but they do pass the ball well. Against that running game, what are some things you want to see defensively?
Well, it just fits. It haven't been that, people has been able to just, maul us. When we fit wrong, we give up big plays, and we got to eliminate big plays. If we can eliminate big plays and fit what we're supposed to fit, then I think we have a chance.
offensively, what's the one thing you want to see happen? Like, if we do fill in the blank right on offense, we should have the best chance to win.
If we take care of the football. If we take care of the football, we give ourselves a chance because we got the kids over there that can make some plays. We just got to take care of the football. If we can take care of the football and eliminate the big play on defense and be really, really solid in the special team game, then you always give yourself a chance to win, no matter who you're playing.
Going back to the injury report, just to give an update for that real quick. Kentrell Jones, I believe, out for the season
He
with
is.
The torn.
Yeah, he tore his ACL and his MCLs. Unfortunate for him being a senior, that was such a vital part of what we're doing. But it happens. This sport that we love so much, we know it's violent and bad things like that happen. But we're gonna take it day to day and get him his surgery and get him back rehabbed. And any college coach that take a chance on that kid is getting a A1 kid, a kid that's gonna give you everything outside of the football field and give you everything he can on the football field also.
Also, one of the bigger injuries from that Week 0 game, Slade Webb. We do have some at least better news about him.
Surgery went well. Got a plate and some screws put in it, and he's actually recovering a little bit faster than we thought. So if he can just continue to take it day to day, he will be back before the season over with. And that time frame, we'll just wait on the next time he go back and get checked out. When we get him back, it'll be a real big plus for us.
Anything you want to add before we wrap the segment up?
Make sure you come out and support, man. Having people in the stands means a lot. Get out there, be loud, and come support these kids.
All right, sweet. Coach Keith Houston.